Well, fellas, the unbelievable has happened. And excuse me, the 13% subscribers of the female persuasion, ladies, it's happened. There's a crack in the blue wall of silence, and civil war is erupting right now in Florida. But who saw it being this person that all the commotion is over? The man who brought police impersonating to a whole new level. This is Jeremy Dewitte, and if you don't know his story, I'll tell you it real quick. He lives in Florida, and in Florida, you can hire what they call a funeral escort team. Jeremy owns a company that's a funeral escort service, and he's named it Metro State. And he's outfitted the cars, the motorcycles, his employees' uniforms, his uniform, to look like law enforcement. Dewitte is currently facing over 20 charges across 10 different court cases since 2019, including 8 charges of falsely impersonating an officer while working with the funeral escort service. But it was for his arrest on March 23rd that started all this commotion.
Do not reach for that firearm. You're being secure because you're openly carrying a firearm.
No, it's a pepper ball. Stop it, man.
Jeremy being arrested for carrying a concealed weapon.
Concealed? It was in plain view.
A sheriff's office internal investigation found the pepper ball weapon was in plain view and not concealed, and Dewitte should have been released.
I think we can all agree that this should set a precedent. Investigators came back and said Sergeant Viddler's actions were an abuse of power. Also, that's Corporal Ramsey on the left. Now, he was there. He's getting suspended. Sergeant Viddler's being fired. From an internal investigation, they graded their own homework and gave themselves an F. And Sergeant Viddler wasn't your everyday run-of-the-mill beat cop. He's been there for 25 plus years. He received a medal for his bravery in the Pulse nightclub shooting, a mass shooting in which 49 people perished. But a large contingency has come out to support Sergeant Viddler and Corporal Ramsey, while at the same time vilifying Jeremy Dewitte. Now, we've all seen this episode before. A GoFundMe campaign was started for Sergeant Viddler. And also, as we see here, a petition. Please sign the petition to put pressure on the Sheriff's Department to stop this corruption and let these men do their jobs. Now, high-ranking officials have actually given orders to officers to allow him to break the law. Mr. Dewitte, they're talking about the law, and do nothing to stop them unless it is a capital offense. Not only is that a corrupt order, but it is not in the safety and best interest of the citizens of Florida. Now, Sergeant Keith Viddler and Corporal Ramsey are being punished for going against those corrupt orders and doing their jobs. Both are decorated officers with multiple awards for their bravery in the field, including the incident at Pulse. These heroes were upholding the law and protecting their community. Florida doesn't deserve them. Come here to Spokane, Washington. This from the Twitter site The Real Police Tube. The GoFundMe account is for both Sergeant Keith Viddler and Corporal John Ramsey to hire the best attorneys to fight the internal corruption within the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Hashtag Save Viddler. Within hours after the arrest, members of the Orange County Sheriff's Office command staff formulated a plan to arrest Jeremy Dewitte and target Sergeant Keith Viddler and Corporal John Ramsey. With the investigation over, Jeremy Dewitte continued his unlawful actions against Orange County citizens, including carrying a tear gas gun, chemical weapon, or device, violating his bond restrictions. As the investigation unfolded, Sergeant Keith Viddler and Corporal John Ramsey uncovered connections between members of the Sheriff's Office and acquaintances of Jeremy Dewitte, which led to the investigation's early termination. I feel like there's something here that we're not being told. I feel like there's something that happened in the background. But while making this video and editing it, I found some stuff that makes this case even weirder.
I have no desire whatsoever to start an escort company. Maybe I was joking with somebody and said a female escort company because of my prostitution days when I worked Vice, but I don't know where somebody would tell you that. Okay, hear me out.
Oh, Sergeant Viddler's definitely lying, if you ask me. Because he's already got an excuse made up. Oh, I might have been talking about a female escort service because my days in prostitution stings. He said it, and he said it to people that he trusted or around people he trusted, and he's trying to feel out Jeremy to see how Jeremy found out. Let's watch the rest of this interaction, and then there's one more thing that I found in the editing process that does not look good for Sergeant Viddler.
Secondly, I never knew Curtis Security before the day they agreed to come do the interview, and I still don't know Curtis Security. Matter of fact, look it up. I wrote their officers' tickets for doing the same thing I wrote your guys' tickets for.
But you didn't arrest them for impersonating.
Because they weren't.
Even though they're dressed the same way.
No, he wasn't dressed the same way.
They're not. They
No.
were told you
No, not this guy. Plus, he was in his car. He was impeding. It's the same thing I wrote your guys' tickets for. All right, the same thing I wrote him for.
Why is it so important for Sergeant Viddler to find out who told him that information? If it's not true at all, why does he care so much? It sounds like he said it to somebody or something. There's something there. If the idea that Sergeant Viddler wants to start his own funeral escort service, if that's a complete fabrication, why does he care so much? And he says he might have said it, but he was talking about women. But here we see Sergeant Viddler caring a lot. He wants to know where you heard that from. I have no, why is he justifying himself to the man he just arrested? And to throw another monkey wrench in this, there was a case that Sergeant Viddler was testifying on that his testimony got thrown out because of his credibility. It says here, after considering the substance of Deputy Viddler's testimony, the hostile manner in which he responded to questions, and all other factors concerning his credibility, the court rejects Deputy Viddler's testimony. What do you guys think? There's no doubt that Jeremy Dewitte is a compulsive liar and a narcissist. I mean, anybody that listens to him talk for more than 10 minutes is going to come to that conclusion. But Sergeant Viddler, they talk about how he saved these people at the Pulse nightclub shooting, but then there's also these other black marks that seem to appear on Sergeant Viddler's record, or at least in his past. So tell me in the comment section below, what do you think? This is a crazy story. Sergeant of 25 years who was awarded a medal for his bravery got fired for abusing his power. Now, if you paid attention, Jeremy Dewitte was getting arrested every other day, it seemed like. He would get arrested for impersonating a police officer, get out, and get right back on his bike and keep on running his business, and then get arrested for being on his bike and running his business and impersonating a police officer, and then get arrested, come back out, and start it again. Now, this is just a thought, an idea, a hypothesis. What if somebody was close to Sergeant Viddler and he thought he could trust them, but he obviously couldn't, and they were somebody that could fire him or influence the people that fired him? It's a strange case all the way around. But I want you to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. What do you think happened? Why did an officer of 25 years get fired for arresting Jeremy Dewitte when Jeremy Dewitte was constantly getting arrested for the exact same thing? My name is Facility Product News, wishing you and yours a very safe and happy rest of the work week. Good night.